Welcome everyone to premiere episode of Media in Mind, which is affiliated with Multimedia Service at Lone Star College-Tomball. On this pilot episode, we will discuss different topics related to the offerings and assistance Multimedia Service provides. I am a video editor here at Lone Star College-Tomball, Robert Abel.
And I am the work study that literally walked in one day and was just like, I want a job. And Monty was like, okay, now here I am. Stephen Romero, the official random hire.
And we got plenty of topics for today's podcast, and we should start it out with Lights, Camera, Action, how the IMAX studio has made an impact on the LSC Tomball campus. And from the few months I've been working here, at least my boss Monty has told me that the IMAX studio has been here ever since he started his project here, which is 2.5 years, and it is like vastly grown from, at least even from my 2 months that I've been working here.
Yeah, like, we'll specify this a little later on, but the amount of like new equipment and the amount of like just new like toys that we get to play with basically has grown tremendously, and it's basically like I never heard of iMac before this year, but I think that kind of is a statement on how much it's grown, because it grew within earshot of like the typical student that might be interested in this sort of thing.
I do want to mention, like, I actually studied here. Like, I got my associate, or was working on my associates here back in, like, 2009 till 2011. And, like, I had...
Old man.
Yeah, I am a very old man. And so, I started studying here back in 2009 through 2011. And, like, I had absolutely no... I don't even know if they had it here was for multimedia service. Like, it didn't even exist. And I wish I could have, like, gone into that. But now that it's here, then it's not accessible. I feel like, students like you came in and you want to like experience it. You want to soak up information. Mm-hmm. And it looks like you already have, at least for Adobe After Effects and Premiere.
Oh, yeah. Like, before I came here, I worked a little bit in Premiere Pro, which is, for those of you not in the know, like the most famous and most widely used video editing software when it comes to media. Because I usually work in Sony Vegas, which is less popular and less actually good. But I came in here with very little knowledge, because I used to be a part of the broadcast team in my old high school, Tomball Memorial, and I was garbage. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I didn't know what I was doing half the time. It was just like the keying was always off. It's just like all these problems, right? But now that I feel like if I went back there with the knowledge that I've attained already in like my 2-3 weeks here,
Mm-hmm.
I would have made like a 110% like improvement.
Like, come, my children, I shall teach you the ways.
Oh, you petty children! What, you don't color correct your
The grasshopper
videos?
has become the master. Because you said you worked on Sony Vegas. I was like, and back to me being old. The program I always used the most was Windows Movie Maker.
Oh,
I don't even know if computers come default with that anymore.
They do not, because that was actually where I personally started.
So what others, like, around this campus or even other campuses are saying about IMAX Studio?
Well, I know that a lot of people from University Park, for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Kingwood as well, come over here, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, like, in the Lone Star area, like, we're the only, like, campus that has this sort of program other than Kingwood, but with Kingwood, it's more of a class.
Yeah.
So this is just more like actually like work study, like hands-on experience.
Yeah, I remember, like, I've taken classes at North Harrison. They do have facilities like this, but I'm not sure if it's opened up to like students who want to be work studies, or open or available to faculty. I'm pretty sure over there, to my knowledge, it's just available for classes.
Yeah. In short, like, other campuses like us a lot, and they appreciate our services, and I mean, they use our services like...
Yeah, the other campuses to participate here, like, use the studio. The other, a couple weeks ago, there was the SSI advisors, and they all came from different campuses. It was like Montgomery, North Harris, UP, the centers like Kingwood, and so, like, they all got together and they all sat here, took turns like to do like little. So they came on by and like they did their advisor video, and we film it here, we edit here, and then we can like mass produce it for their website for their faculty.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. Also, one thing that we use a lot and that we're actually inside right now is our integrated sound booth.
I freaking love this thing. As someone who makes like YouTube videos, like even gaming stuff, because it's just the new craze lately. Because you need to have all that volume like blocked out over here, and it just has a nice vibe in here. I really like the lighting; it changes. I feel like I need a pina colada and some lays around my neck.
Have you ever? Okay, I know this like car wash is relatively new, but if you've ever been to the duck wash, like if you like go through it, it has like little color changing LEDs.
Really?
We have these here, right? So it's just like I feel like I should just turn all the main lights off and just start playing like soft disco music and just sit here and just stare at the walls, contemplating my existence. Like,
Just get into the aesthetics.
I know, but I mean, hey, if RGB color changing lights is your aesthetic, come to the integrated sound booth and just sit here.
And it's available for faculty and students. In fact, we have some we've had some faculty here from Tomball, and they're like pros at it. Like at first they were nervous, coming in here to just try to like practice, and they see how they use Camtasia, Audition, and once they finish, like they tried it out first, and then they keep coming back, and they're just absolute pros at it. It's easy to get into. It's streamlined. And at least we're here to help too as well, just in case there's a little hiccup.
Yeah, of course. Like that's kind of what I love about this team. Like in general, it's like not only do I get the hands-on experience that I need for the field that I want to go into, which is digital media, but at the same time, if people like come in here with like no knowledge of this, through the help of the part-timers, the fellow work studies that kind of know what they're doing, like kind of have a groove on things, they can become like independent. I don't remember who it is, but there's a person that comes in here all the time, like in 45 minutes out, like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she's professional at it.
Yeah.
First she was nervous, and then now it's like because she works like it's a hybrid class or an online class, and she comes in here and she's like adding stuff to her website, and it's pretty easy. How like Camtasia is awesome. If y'all can, I would suggest that y'all check it out, but. Like it makes creating videos and presentations off PowerPoint incredibly easy, and so once she did one recording of that, now she's actually very professional on it.
But speaking of the work study staff, we actually have 4 people as of right now. I think we're getting 2 more
Work studies, yeah. They're actually I would like to say veterans. They've been here longer than us. They've been taking classes here, and they keep every semester they try to come back to do as a work study.
Yeah, it's but as of now, the team is DJ, Zach, myself, and of course Rob. Yeah. I remember your name.
I know.
But yeah, so honestly, everyone that I've worked with so far, they're great people. It's super like lax. It's super chill. And it's just like you learn as you go. You learn by, getting your hands, metaphorically dirty. And honestly, Rob and DJ have been supremely helpful in helping me, like, learn new things.
Even like as a part-timer and I have college experience, you even still learn new stuff every day. Like, there's constantly stuff being added to Adobe Premiere. There's either new editing programs that come out, new equipment, and it's always interesting to learn new stuff in multimedia every day.
Yeah, and especially when we get new equipment, it's just like it's like a new toy to play with. Mm-hmm. It's like a new way of like doing things, like depending on whatever situation we're in, whatever like recording situation we're in, you change your style, you change how you have your workflow. And I don't know, I think adaptability is one of the skills that I've really picked up from this that I could use in my personal projects for the future, and I appreciate, you, DJ, Monty, and everyone that has helped me, like, gain that knowledge. And I hope that I learn more.
And I'm pretty sure, like, once you finish your work studies, once you graduate from Lone Star College, and whichever college you choose, you'll get more experience in education in the field you want to go into, which I'm assuming is multimedia as well.
It's digital media production.
Okay. So speaking of education, I guess we can like talk about, or we got into a little bit about education. We can talk some more about ourselves. At least we started getting our experience. So I have a degree. I have a bachelor's in media communication. I graduated from University of Houston. Go Cougs. So at University of Houston, I got my bachelor's degree, and like there, they excel at broadcasting. They excel at journalism. They excel at like basically live television, and even though it was a little bit of a different vibe, like they still opened up doors to me. Like I was able to do this fantastic this China trip where I followed these geologists all the way over to China. I went from like Beijing to Wuhan to Badong and Zigui, and I was one-manning army this entire production. I filmed, I recorded, I edit, I helped write some scripts. Especially like it was supposed to lead into like next year's geology team. This was the very first, and so I was trying to lay the groundwork for like saying, hey, future geologists, like you want to go to China and experience or see and study landslides. And I wish I can experience that again, but like over here, I'm still able to edit. I'm still able to shoot. I'm still able to practice with all this equipment every day.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I plan on going to college for the same thing. Mm-hmm. I plan on going to college for video production, which is actually why I got really interested in this work study position. And I love the fact that, again, like Rob just said, that it's very hands-on, that every single day that you come in here, you get to practice with, different types of cameras, different types of media, different video editing softwares, like Premiere for like the more advanced people, and there's Camtasia as well if you're just starting out, which both are very much highly recommended, clearly. And I also love it whenever we just go out and just shoot stuff. Like, I'll be behind the camera at a leading the pack or like at an event, or I'll at the very least be there to help set up, and all of that knowledge is going to help me down the line whenever I do this, like, as a job, like, hopefully, like, in an actual studio, like, not in an actual studio, I shouldn't say that, but, like, in a studio where, it's that mixed with a lot of creative drive, kind of like this one.
So there's projects every day, like facility.
Exactly, yeah, and I appreciate that.
So what I think Monty has a plan for is like he has DJ and I, and of course we're part-timers here with college education to at least help out around the department and even help out students. But I think the most invaluable part about this department are the student workers called media techs. It's what you are. It's what other people coming in, like Zach, the Marias that are coming in.
Hopefully,
and, yeah, hopefully. I know Monty wants them back so bad, and we're giving you a shout out if you two are listening.
Come back to us.
Come back to us. But what I think, because it's like the student workers are like hopefuls. It's because while me and DJ have experience, y'all do not have, or at least are getting your foot in the door experience. So hopefully what this is, the work study plan or the media tech, the program here can help out, like just broaden the horizons. Like you step in, you fall in love with it, and then it's just like, I really want to skyrocket from here.
I have a feeling that, like, as invaluable as you say that we are, I feel like this department is invaluable to me because, as you previously mentioned, it's a huge learning experience. It's like I get this hands-on knowledge that I will carry with me throughout my years at Sam Houston, and like all of the things that I learned here are going to basically be what my classes are about, and. I can breeze through these classes. As invaluable as you say that the work studies are to the department, I feel like the department is kind of like invaluable to me as well, because all of this experience I'm going to be carrying through Sam Houston as I pursue a career in doing exactly this, Like I don't really see myself doing anything else with my life, and the fact that I have an opportunity to practice and improve on whatever skills I have, it's basically like it's extremely important to me to have this experience.
Gotcha.
So,
I would like to add that it's like you can get experience here and then you get to college, because that happened to me when I went to U of H. There was like this audio class, and basically like we used Audacity. And years before, I've constantly used Audacity for like personal uses and also like projects and and classes I took in Tomball and Lone Star in general. Whereas like I created like there was this project where you had to create your own like radio station, and since like I love playing like video games, and I played Grand Theft Auto, and so I took bases off of that, and I created this astounding like Miami Vice City kind of like radio station.
I need to see this.
And like I gave myself kind of like a like synthesized voice, and like I got 100 on that project. I was like that entire class. And I couldn't believe, like, I was like, you know, I just was kind of taken aback that I was like, wow. Like, and then, you know, college, you think, you know, there's some challenging moments in college, but, you know, with all this experience, it definitely, like, helps out in the long run.
Yeah, and I couldn't have said it better. And as I smoothly transition from talking about media tech to talking about a very important aspect of the media department, which is the One Button Studio. I love the One Button Studio. It's like, I feel like it's extremely underutilized for what it is. A lot of people that have used it are just like, yeah, like I needed something like this, you know?
Yeah.
Something that's very streamlined. And usually when I'm there, I'm just kind of like working on tutorials. I'm working on, you know, like my own personal learning experience for this department. And so when did all of this start? I actually don't know about this.
So the One Button Studio has been around for 3 years. It's been like half a year longer than the iMac Studio, and that's probably what really was the foundation based off the iMac Studio and this whole multimedia service is about.
Yeah, I heard that we got it off of a grant from Penn State, like, you know, as you said, like 3 years ago. But on top of that, like, it's honestly like extremely useful for both students that want to make like some sort of video presentation that's just easy. Like you just walk in, you plug in like a thumb drive, and lights come on, like professional style lights come on, and you have a choice of using a green screen, just a normal background. You can have
a learning glass.
A learning glass, which is like, if you've ever seen those like tutorials or teachers where like they have like a neon marker and they write whatever they need like on the glass. That's what the learning glass is. And, you know, it's extremely useful for, you know, different students that want to present their projects in a very interesting way without having to go out and like set out their own kind of studio. They can just schedule an appointment here, which of course is completely free. And you can just press a button and then just, you know, talk whatever you need to talk with, say whatever you need to say, present whatever you need to present using our professional style Rode microphone. And there will always be like a work study to help you there. And even if you want to just, you know, like edit your videos real quick, we have on the computers that are on the other side of the studio, we have Camtasia, which is really useful for like quick and easy edits that don't require that much like professionalism.
Oh no, it's very streamlined.
Yeah, very streamlined. And we also have Adobe Premiere for those like more complex, especially if you're using like a green screen or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the One Button Studio is very underutilized for what it is, but people that know about it always come back. Like there's this professor from University Park that runs an online class through UP, and she drives all the way over here just to use our studio in order to use like the learning glass and like do tutorials, and we're always there to, you know, help out with whatever she needs. And you can even schedule different times for meeting up with a work study or going in by yourself and just editing something, you know?
Yeah.
Personal opinion time. I feel like if the One Button Studio also allowed walk-ins, it would be used a bit more.
So basically how One Button Studio also started, because that reminded me what you said, is it was like when iMac Studio also like had built its room to become like its own facility, you know, One Button Studio was here installed, and like it took a couple years for it to actually get integrated into the facility, and so faculty and students absolutely loved it. And so just this year it moved to its own room over by this room E214. And so it's also, and I know you mentioned because for people that for students that want to come in, so there's going to be students that are like, oh, I can do this at home. It's true, you know, if you have the ability, you have the resources, but sometimes some students don't have this opportunity. They don't have the resources like this, and this is also like this could be just like what they need right at that moment for class.
Yeah, like that's another thing that I kind of wanted to point out. Like not surprisingly enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has, even basic editing software. Not everybody has access to like a decent looking camera.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has access to a green screen. Not everybody has access to these things that the One Button Studio provides as a service at no charge.
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do is just, if you are one of these people that, needs this kind of service, you can go down to www.lonestar.edu/tomballobs.htm and you can schedule an appointment. Honestly,
Super easy.
yeah, it is. It's completely streamlined. There's always going to be a work study there whenever you're there if you need assistance with running the One Button Studio. And, honestly, within like a couple times of using it, you could potentially just be a pro at just going in, pressing the button, and firing away.
Just become a regular.
Just become
Like,
a regular customer.
Hey, Steven, how's it going?
Hey, Rob, dude, I want to use that One Button Studio.
Awesome.
Click,
Here for a quick 15 minutes.
15 minutes, just in and out. Boom. Even brought my own thumb drive this time. Bring your own thumb drive, by the way.
That is a very important point. You got to bring in your thumb drive. Maybe with One Button Studio can like add like a little kiosk in there. It's like, oh, you forgot your thumb drive, or like you forgot something. You're like, here we can
let's upcharge you like those vending machines.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay
a vending machine for USBs.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so, the One Button Studio is great, but also, Multimedia Services, like, we're not done yet. The Multimedia Service podcast, like, it's a part of even, like, more projects and upcoming events, especially talking about TEDx events that's going to be live streamed on, like, the 1st of March. Make sure you save that on your calendar if you're up for that event. And also, like, the Grit Summit, and they actually have a speaker from, like, what was it, Ellen DeGeneres show, like, Maureen Little. She's talking about a do-it-yourself story where she's struggling like mother of like a few children, but she's steering her sons towards their dreams and success while flourishing her own career. So that seems like an interesting thing to participate in.
I don't know, like I've never watched Ellen in my life, but I imagine that she's good considering how popular Ellen is. Ellen is a figurehead of and giving people prizes.
Yeah.
So obviously she knows what she's doing. You best come over here and listen to her if you can. Well, anyways, that's going to be it for Media in Mind, which is affiliated with Multimedia Services at Lone Star College-Tomball. I am Steven Romero.
I'm Robert Abel. I hope you enjoyed our first podcast, and hopefully we have a lot more podcasts for you in the future. And we'll see you in front of the camera.